Hey guys, this is Tania with Soletically Yours, and this is my YouTube channel, and we are doing Project Open Box. So hashtag Project Open Box. If you guys share, like, and yeah. So, oh, and if you have questions, if you guys just want to, shoot me some questions, and you don't want to email it, or you don't want to Snapchat it, or Facebook it, or Instagram it, or however, you can just hashtag Project Open Box and send it to me, okay? I'll see it that way. So, anyway, we're just going to jump right on in today and get to the question. You guys know why we do this. It started out, or not started out, it's in memory of Aisha Yvonne Marie Morgan. And she was an exceptional woman. And all she did was help people and love on people. And so, in doing so, she allowed a lot of people to see themselves and to work through a lot of things. So, this is this Project Open Box is just a whole bunch of truth. Sometimes I feel like I'm not as piercing as I should be or straightforward as I should be, working on that when doing these videos. But I just don't want to be off-putting, I guess. But I'm supposed to be raw, so gonna get to that, okay? Anyway, so we're going to jump in and get a question here. Let's see what we got. If you guys have anything that you want to talk about, it doesn't even have to be a question. It can just be something that you want to talk about or something you want to hear about. It could even be something that you just want me to read and respond to. Whatever it is. Send it and we'll do it, okay? So we have number 27. Let's see what number 27 is. When it comes to being a single mom, how do you deal with the pressures of being both parents? How do you deal with dating and your children? How do you know when it's time to introduce your children or child to your love interest? That's a big question. Okay. When it comes to being a single mom, how do you deal with the pressures of being both parents? It's just a day to day. You just do it. I have both a girl and a boy, and I all I can do is teach my son how to be responsible and chivalrous. Now, I don't feel like I can be a man by any means. I'm a firm believer in gender roles, believe it or not. But I I can't teach him. There's things that a father is for, and I can't teach him how to love a woman and um, how to care for her. Those are things that a man is for. There's certain things that I just can't teach him. I can try and I can be the best woman that I can be as an example of what a woman should be in his life, or not really in his life, but what to look for. And I mean, that's never perfect. That's not perfect either. But I can be strong for him, and I can show him, you know, how how to accept love, but I can't teach him how to love a woman. So I just don't think that I don't believe that you can teach your son everything. Now, you can try to be the best mom that you can be, but at the end of the day, this is for two people. Okay? So being one person, there's only so much that you can do. And you really can't beat yourself up day in and day out about not being able to do everything, because it's not intended for you to only be able to do it. You pray, you fast, you work, and you do the best that you can. That's pretty much it. I mean, I really don't have a whole lot of advice on being both parents, because all I do is do what I can and, make sure that I'm giving my kids what I feel like they need, and, plus a little extra, and try and love them to the best of my ability so that they feel secure and they feel whole, and protect them. And that's pretty much all you can do. And, parenting doesn't come with a book, doesn't come with a manual, doesn't come with a script or even any type of hint on how to get it right. All you can do is try. So yeah, that's that. What's the other question? How do you deal with dating and your children? I don't. It wasn't until recently that I even allowed my kids really around one of my love interests, per se, or somebody I was talking to or dealing with. It's complicated because, especially with me being a single mom, it brings up questions in my kids, and I had to answer those questions, and I had to be honest with them, even though they're only 3 and 6, and I had to be raw with them about the realities of the relationship that their father and I have, as well as the difference between their father and this man, and why that matters. And those are hard questions to answer. Why are you and daddy not together? Why are you with this person and not daddy? Why are you why can't you guys try again? Those questions are not easy to answer. They're not exciting and they're emotional, especially when it's something that, really, it's like it really brings you back to earth with the realities of parenting and how your children view their world. Every decision that I make, for me personally, I know affects my child's world. So with the decisions that I make as far as love interests and dating and, significant others and stuff like that, it's very cautious. I'm very cautious because you have to remember, y'all break up, they break up too. I don't think my 6-year-old and my 3-year-old should have to go through a breakup just because mommy decided that she's no longer wants to be around this person, or he doesn't want to be around me. You know what I mean? Like, that's the reality of it. So You just have to make sure that you're prepared for that and that you're ready and that this is the person for you. At least you feel secure in that at the moment enough to where your children can be involved. Because for me, I'm already a single parent, and I hate that term, single parent. I parent alone. And I don't want to add insult to injury to anything that is already prevalent in my child's life. Okay, so that's why I'm so cautious with that. How do you know when it's the right time to introduce your child or children to your interests? That's all based on you. Because I don't know. I just, when I felt like I was ready, they were ready, we conversed about the introductions, and we felt like, when we felt like we were ready relationally, and we were secure in our position with each other, and when we felt as if our relationship status and the strength of it was secure enough to allow children to be privy to it. Yeah, that's when we decided to do the introductions things with the kids. But that might not be your answer. That might not be your space. I just say make sure it's something solid. It's always complicated dating with kids already. God. But it can be done. You just have to make sure that your every move and your every step and every decision that you make concerning that relationship and the way that you introduce that man and that woman or whatever is done with care for them in their heart. And not just because it's something you want to do, but because you feel like it's good for you as well as them. And you check in with them. Ask those hard questions. Do you like so and so? Why or why not? Are you okay with so and so and I? Why or why not? And converse with them. Don't get mad. Don't get frustrated. Don't get irritated if you don't hear what you want to hear. You have to be open and you have to be vigilant about knowing the position of your child's heart. Because at the end of the day, you raising your kids, that's what's important. Them being secure in their position with you and with the love that they give and receive when it comes to you, that should be important. It's not a simple thing, especially when you have a son and you're allowing a man to come in. They do the whole male dominance thing. Your son will. But man, you just have you really just have to talk to them. And based on your child's view of you and the relationship, and feel around before you do the introduction. Hey, how would you feel if going to dinner with one of mommy's friends or daddy's friends? I have this new friend that I would like you to meet. Feel around a little bit. See how they feel about things. Talk to them. I think one thing in a lot of families, especially those in Black culture, we forget that our children know how to talk. Our children can articulate, even young ones, what it is that they need and how they feel about things, even things that you feel like they shouldn't understand or that are not children things. It's important that you look at them as if their lives are important and their mindset and their understanding of things and their feelings are important. And I feel like that is lost by the wayside far too often, when people are choosing who they want to date or how they're going to move forward with relationships. It's imperative that you check in with them and that you guys have an open line of communication so that they don't feel lost in your relationship and that they don't feel like, you don't pay attention to them, or the man or the woman that's in your life is more important than them, or they've just lost their place. Because that just creates turmoil and chaos and rebellion, which is not what you want. So make sure your children are secure. Make sure that they're happy and that they're whole and that they feel heard. And do things slowly, I don't feel when you have kids involved with relationships, the pace should be that much more even, because it's a whole lot more to it. It's not just you and your feelings and your oohs and your ahs. You have to worry about their position too, because when you get married, if that's your end mark, not only are you marrying that person, you're marrying that person and their children. They're marrying you and your children, as a whole, because they are you and you are them. So if your child is a part of you and that person marries you, your child also has to be secure in that situation and has to feel like they're going to be loved, and you have to make sure of that. That's your job. So that was a mouthful. That's how I feel about that. It's important not to get lost in it. It's a big deal. Okay. But I can't tell you exactly how to do it for you. I just know what I do for me. And it's not totally foolproof, let me tell you. But it's definitely worked with the happiness and the well-being of my kids. They're they're secure in their position, and they're happy. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. But this is Soletically Yours, and I am Tania. And that was question number 27. And you guys have a good night. All right?